old are you?
How old am I now? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 20 now.
Yeah. Do you think like it matches your audience, or how old do you think your audience is?
To be honest, I don't know. I think I think it's around my age type shit, but I think it's a bit younger too. Like, I'm not really sure exactly, but I think it's more like teens and shit that listen.
Yeah. Um. So where do you grow up?
Oh, it's in the UK, like just in a town in the UK. I'm still there now, type shit. So it's
Nice.
alright. It's not the best, but it's not good for connections either. But that's
Yeah.
just what we do type shit. Everything's like online, so
hmm So, like, do you want people to see you more as a character or like a person?
um I would say like in the middle type shit because like mostly it's like the character, but obviously I'm still me and like everything that's in the character is like kind of like what I want it to be. So I guess, you know, like at the end of the day I'm still a person and shit, just making music and this is like the art type shit that I chose to do type shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess if that even makes sense, but that's kind of the
hmm
thing. Like, it's all like my personal like interest and shit just put into one thing.
Yeah. Do you have any other hobbies like than music?
Yeah, like I have my clothing brand and shit. So I make like designs and I like make clothes and just ship that shit. That's kind of like the other side hustle that I do and shit, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. I also have like a clothing brand that I just started making some stuff.
That's
Um.
fire. I fuck with that.
So do you have like a day job or anything?
Oh nah, like right now it's just this shit. Like I'm trying to make everything work. Like doing I just wake up and it's either like the music shit or it's the brand shit. That's just kind of the way it is. But luckily like the brand's going good. So I'm making some good bread now and it's not like a worry. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to push everything. Like it's kind of like my reason to like keep going. So
Yeah.
it's like an excuse to like keep making the music because it's like, you know, the money comes from the brand mostly, and then like some comes from the music. But it's like, you know, in real life, everyone's like, "Oh, you need a job, you need a job." But it's like, if I get money from the clothes, it kind of gives me a excuse to like
Yeah. Try to
keep
prove them
pushing the
wrong.
music. Uh, Kinda, but like just in the sense of like, you know, if your family's like, "Oh, like you need to make money," it's like that's why the brand shit's good because like that keeps, you know, I can keep pushing the music whilst you know, pushing clothes. So it's kind of like it's not just one thing anymore. It's like two incomes rather than, you know, like a
hmm
bit here and there.
That makes
Yeah.
sense. How does it feel knowing that like so many people like listen to your stuff and like see you as like an icon, kind of like see you like on the internet or
Yeah.
like listen to you day to day?
It's weird as fuck because like I don't see it like the same way, I guess, because I don't feel like I'm important. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like weird because some people, like, if someone DMs me and I like reply and shit, they're like gassed that I responded. But in my opinion, I'm just like the same as everyone else type shit. I just make the music and I have like a bit of an image. I just like post. You know what I'm saying? I just do my shit. So it's like weird. I don't really know. Yeah, I guess it's kind of a crazy feeling, but it's not like nothing. I don't really overthink it type shit.
Yeah. Do you have you gotten any fan art ever?
Yeah, like sometimes like, you know, fans will draw shit, which is kind of cool. Like I fuck with that. Like people taking time out of their day, like, you know, that's like a crazy feeling too because it's like the character that I like built around myself and like like my music is like meaningful to people, which is like cool. And the fact that they want to draw it and give a fuck is like even better type shit. So yeah, I
Yeah.
fuck
What's
with
like
that.
the favorite like fan art that you've received?
I can't even say off the top of my head. Like throughout the years, there's been like quite a few. I haven't got any recently that I can like say off the top of my head like a username or anyone. But because a lot of the recent shit I'm doing for my music is like I paid, like I got other dudes to make the art, so it's like fan art itself, like just people doing it is like it comes at random times. So, but yeah,
Yeah. Are you generally like a violent, like gory person, or is it just like your kind of persona?
yeah, like I wouldn't say I'm a violent person to like in like I don't fucking go around and do like crazy shit in real life, but
Yeah.
like it all comes from like a place in my head, you know what I'm saying? And like not even in like a cringe way, but like that's just kind of the way it is. Yes,
Hmm.
it's just the way that my personality is, I guess. But I'm not like a dick to everyone type shit. The way people might think, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Um.
But I fuck with all the like the violent shit and like arts and shit and just in general. It's cool, but like not in a way of like, some bullshit.
Mhm. Who do you think is like your biggest inspiration for music?
I don't know. Like for in general, forever.
Yeah.
I don't know. It would be like, fuck, like City Morgue probably. Like in general, because I used to listen to them like hella back in back, bruh. Um, obviously, yeah. I don't know, like So Smoola, shit like that. But then obviously like X. I used to be like hella big, listen to like 6ix9ine and Lil Pump when that shit was like popping back then when I was like younger and shit. I guess that's where like the aggressive rap shit kind of all came from for me at least.
Mm-hmm.
Like not even on purpose, I kind of when I got into the necro trap shit, it was kind of just a way that I naturally just went rather than like all the whisper and other shit.
Yeah, it's kind of like my music taste. I started off listening to like Tyler the Creator, like his like, more aggressive songs, and X, and it slowly devolved
Mhm.
into Lil Darky, and then that went from to like NASCAR Aloe, and then like Dirty Butt and Rejected Renya, then you, kind of.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I fuck with that. Like that's the thing. Like I've been through a lot of like, different times and shit. Like I used to listen to like Lil Peep a lot and the emo rap shit. I was
Mm-hmm.
hella big on that shit back when I was younger and shit. I grew up listening to like Linkin Park and shit like that. And
Yeah.
that's kind of like, it all kind of like adds together because, I grow up on this shit and then I find this shit and then like the underground shit all comes in. There's just like there's like a million people that like inspire the shit. So it's like it's hard to like name a few off the top of your head type shit. So I guess yeah, I mean the people that I listed are like what I can say that like comes closest to like what I do.
Yeah. What challenges, like, what just general day to day life challenges do you think you face most?
I don't know. I don't really think there's like too many challenges. I just be doing my thing. Like if I'm not trying to, if I wake up and I'm not trying to do shit, then I'm just gonna like chill. And if I'm most of the time, I'm quite like motivated to just get up and like make some designs or like make some music. Like I'm always on the PC just like mixing shit or like I started producing recently like more beats and shit. So like I'll be doing that shit too now. Just like a whole lot of shit and like the past few months I've just been like working on my mixtape that's coming out and just putting a lot of work down on this shit, just trying to learn new shit too and like not do the same shit. Locking in with like lyrics and everything. So I'm trying to do better, you know.
Yeah, what do you want to be remembered for in like the necro trap and gorecore scene?
Probably just remembered as like someone just remembered in general is like good enough for me. Like um whether it like dies out or like becomes a bigger thing, it's like it's cool to be, someone that people give a fuck about and like remember, I guess. I just try and do my own thing and be myself for the most part. Like everything that I like is like referenced in the music, and if you fuck with that too, then you probably fuck with me, even my personality in general in real life. So it's kind of cool. I guess that's a good thing to be remembered by and like for people to like you that much is cool. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that was a good answer, but like,
That's
yeah.
good. Yeah. What's your most
I,
memorable like fan interaction?
I don't know. Like, I've been in. I guess it's like I've been in some Discord like servers before for like clothing brands and shit, like other dudes' clothing brands, and like a dude, like a couple dudes mentioned me and shit, and was like, oh, like someone like tagged me type shit, and was like, are you actually Killriddle? And then they were like saying that they listened to my shit, and they used to like be heavy on like necro trap shit, and I was like, that was kind of a cool experience because I was not expecting to be like noticed in like a public kind of Discord that was nothing to do with my shit. So it was interesting, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah.
So when did you first realize I wanted to start making music?
Like seriously, like to make music serious was like quite a while after I even like was doing it because like my whole like I started off making music on like a shit laptop because I mean for my birthday I got this laptop. I thought I was gonna like be able to play games on it. Like I was just a little kid that was like heavy on games and shit, right? I was probably like 12 or 13 when I made like my first song type shit. Um I downloaded like Audacity one day because I was just like the laptop was like wasting away. So I was like, fuck it. I want to make a song. I remember my first song was like a 6ix9ine type beat. That's kind of what I was listening to at the time, obviously. Um, I did that bullshit, and that was kind of like where it began. And then like years later, I was dropping like probably like every 6 months, like a bullshit song that was like really bad. And I was young, so I didn't know shit. I didn't even know what an EQ was. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I was making like rap shit later on. Um, and then it was kind of like around the time where I don't know, I was making like rap shit, but it was around the time just before I probably like, found Gorget and everyone that was like doing necro trap. And then I was like, oh, I kind of want this to be like what I do. It was just a thing of like over time I was making the music and like I would say like I was getting a little bit better, but like nothing crazy. And I realized like, I like the more I did it, the more I enjoyed it. And then because of, like when you have fun, it just makes you want to do that shit. So that was kind of my thing. Instead of like turning to like games all the time, I just turned to music too. It was a good like thing to do for me. I don't know.
Yeah. What do you think you're like the most proud of? That of just you've created in general, like not even just music. What do you think you're most proud of, like that you've created?
Um, Probably just the music itself and just everything that I'm kind of doing and the way that it's like still. It's like it's been a couple years, of me making like necro shit and like the fan base is like still like there. We have like a small like, but it's like a very like solid like fan base. Like they actually fuck with like us and shit. I think like it's cool that like I've managed to make the music that I've made. Like same with like the clothing brand shit. Like I wasn't expecting that to do that good, and it's done like way more than I thought. You know. Yeah, that's the shit. It's going good. Like it's a bit, it's crazy. I'm learning to be like into the business shit more because like shipping orders and like doing all that shit is like a crazy thing, especially when you get like hundreds. It's like it's a task, bruh.
Yeah. What
Because like
website do you
I'm doing
use
too
for
much.
printing?
Oh, I have a manufacturer in like other countries and shit. I have like multiple manufacturers, so
How prominent do you think your fan base is, like in the necro trap scene?
oh, I think I have a pretty like good fan base. I wouldn't say it's like crazy or nothing. I wouldn't say it's like big as fuck, but I think it's bigger now than it's like ever been before, I guess. Like I think the interaction that I get on my Instagram shows enough and like, you know, SoundCloud and everything. I think it's like bigger than it's ever been. Definitely like stronger, like the people that are around really do care. So I think it's pretty good. Like I think I got a good fan base, yeah.
Yeah. So where do you draw the line from like Kill Riddle to yourself?
I don't know. Like it kind of just is like the way it is type shit. I mean, this is like the shit that I like to do. So it's just what I do. I wouldn't uh I wouldn't say it's too different, you know what I mean, when it comes to like living life. Like I'm always doing this shit. I don't really like do other things, so it's kind of like all I do and all I care about in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What do you think like fuels the harshness and anger behind your music?
I don't know. I'm just always pissed off, I guess, in a way. Like not like in a crazy way. It's just like fucking life is like shit, and that's just what that's just what I like to do, and I just like aggressive shit. Um, I'd much rather that like make that shit and make violent shit. It's just better to get it out that way and like do that shit. It's like it's just my go-to. You know what I mean? Like I will choose that shit before I do like any other shit. Like I prefer it to like singing, and I prefer it to like everything else. It's just aggressive rap and shit has always been what I choose to listen to and like what I would want to do myself, you know. So obviously I fuck with other genres and I've tried other genres and I've like made it and shit. But this is like the one that I would always go back to, you know what I'm saying? Like this is the one that never gets boring to me at least.
Mm-hmm. What's your inspiration or like drive to keep making music? Like, let's say, why don't you just quit right now?
Well, I mean, I just want to make it work. Like, and it sounds dumb because, like, I guess a lot of people have doubts that it's like even possible, and obviously I doubt it too. But at the same time, I want to make it work like the best I can. That's why I'm like grinding right now. Like, making a mixtape. I'm already making singles for the next shit. Like, I'm investing like into like the arts, into the like the merch, the everything that's around it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I'm like that's why I keep going. That's why like I don't even think about quitting really. And I guess the only time I'd quit is like in a few years if nothing happens and I'm like not making like good money from it and I can't like if life gets in the way type shit. You know what I mean? Because obviously I don't want to be like a failed fucking artist forever. So I'd have to like do some other shit, lock in with some other shit, leave this behind a little bit, but that would be like the last choice, like before anything else. You know what I mean? Any way there is to make it happen is like that's the way it's gonna happen.
What's the favorite song that you've made or like shot a music video for?
Um, I don't know. The music video would be like my recent one, like the Tails.net one, because like that shit was fire as fuck. I really enjoyed like editing it too. The whole like everything, the song and everything, I really like. But like my favorite song like on my page is probably like Witching Hour, which is like an old one. I just like that shit was like good times. Like when that shit dropped and like when I made that shit. So like I fuck with that one. It's old as fuck, but it stands out a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. How long do you want to keep making music?
Probably as long as I can. Like, I mean, if it like did really well and I could like keep going, then I'd just keep going type shit. But you know, I have to be like realistic about it too. So, you know, if shit does get in the way and real life does start to like creep up on me and I'm like mid-20s, then I can't really just keep pushing. But like I'll do my best to like keep going. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's one of them things. I will do this shit because like this shit is like the shit that I enjoy the most. So like I would keep doing this shit before like you know anything else. Like I wouldn't just be like, oh, I don't like it, I'm quitting, because like this shit is like everything, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm just doing my best.
So what's the favorite lyric that you've written?
Um, I don't know. Let me think, bro. I got some shit in my new like my mixtape and shit that's fire as fuck. Like I can read it. It's not really like one lyric though. It's like quite a few like lines, but I can read them if you want.
Yeah, sure, that would be great.
Yeah, this is a song like in my mixtape that's got Honk in it and shit. I I fucking wear you like a vest. I turn your best friend to a cap. You bitches acting all depressed, laugh when you die. How about that? You bitches acting so obsessed. I laid your dumb bitch all like flat, squish you down so you compressed and hang you up just like a flag. And like I really fuck with that. Like I think that was fire as fuck. I don't know. I've been
Yeah.
like trying to think. I've been trying to be like more crazy in this like mixtape, and I've also been like trying to differentiate my shit from like the standard because I remember like I had some comments and shit from people being like, that my shit's repetitive as fuck and like, motherfuckers like talking, but like it doesn't really get to me type shit. But I also like, I do want my shit to always be like a bit different. Obviously, there's only so many times you can say certain things in this shit, but I'm doing what I can. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do you do any
So yeah.
other art form other than music?
Um, Other than music, I just do like my designs for my brand, if that's like art, what you mean. But nothing crazy, nothing else really.
Yeah. Um, so how long do you think it takes to make a song for you?
I mean, it ranges from like, a few hours type shit, but to like a long time. But for the most part, I sit down, I like put the beat out, and then I just start recording, do my shit. I usually lay down like all the vocals, so like all the layers and shit, and like the ad libs, and then I'll like start mixing it. But usually I never really do it like all in one sitting. Like I'll like start to mix it, but then I'll like take a break. I'll go do some other shit like design or ship orders for my brand, or just like work on a different song. And then I'll like come back to the mix on that shit. And I think it works better that way. I always like go in and out of my shit. I don't just sit for like 5 hours straight and just finish one. I'm quite I'm not the best at like being like, oh, this is a finished piece. I kind of just like keep going back, you know. I've like there's always too many things that I can like do to it, so I'm always like concerned that it's not good enough. So I'll just keep going, like go over and over and over. But then we get to a point where it's like, I'm done, and I get a few people to like check it out, see what they think, and if it's good, then yeah, like it's good.
Yeah. So do you have any history with like music groups or collectives?
Oh yeah, like I used to be in a collective when I was like doing like rap shit called like 77, if you know what that is. Like Rays. I don't know if you know that like side of shit, but that was like some old shit. That was really OG. I mean, most people might like know it, but like yeah, that's old as fuck. And then when I did the Necro shit, obviously I joined Necro Society, but that's the only experience I really have with collectives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what got you into like listening to music?
I just always did, like since I was young, and like my family just like listened to like cool shit. So I was always like on that shit. I was just like hip hop rap shit, and like I mentioned earlier, like Linkin Park and like other bands and shit. And then when I went to high school, I was just like metal, but like like the standard like metal shit, like Slipknot and shit. But um then obviously like because I was in like high school, I was like starting to like, well, that's when I found like the SoundCloud shit, you know what I'm saying? And like um yeah, and that's when I got into like everything else.
Yeah. So, what
Yeah.
so one second. What's a favorite collab that you've done? Like collab
My favorite collab, like on my page or like someone else's or
any.
like anything.
Yeah.
Um Shit. Probably like Silk Road Scamming on my page with Haunt Gat, because that shit was like I really fucking enjoyed that shit, and like I still like love that song, and I think a lot of fans like that song too, so that's one of my favorite like collab songs.
All right. What's the creative process mostly like?
Just for the most part, I just like get a beat and just like throw it in the FLP, like FL Studio, and I would just like write a line or like think of a line, record the line, um, and then I would just keep doing that like over and over again, just kind of like off the top until I got a finished song. And I'll do ad libs at the end. Sometimes I'll do it like whilst I do the lines, you know, if I like have an idea for it specifically. But other than that, just lay it all out. Sometimes I go in with an idea, like if the beat has a certain sample, I'll like be like, oh, like I'll do it to do with that, and like it makes sense if I do it like that. But for the most part, it's always random.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So,
and then I think of like the name last and shit.
mm-hmm.
But sometimes I have name ideas before. It just really depends.
Yeah. If you could change one thing about like the music industry or the underground, what would it be?
Just like probably just the ego that people have in the music shit in general. Like everyone's got, not everyone, obviously, but like I think it's good to have like a bit of like confidence in yourself, and you got to be a bit like delusional in a way, because that's the only way anyone makes it out type shit. But at the same time, I think some people think that they're like the only one doing the most, and like they're the best, and like everyone else just is nothing. So I think that's one thing about music in general that like sucks, because too many people think, you know, that they're the shit, and too many people that's just the way they like continue to go and continue to live. You know what I'm saying? But it's everywhere you go, and that's the only reason why I bring it up. You know.
Yeah. So, what lasting impact do you want to have on like the underground?
Uh, I don't really know. I never really think about it, but just I want people to just be like, yo, like he was fire as fuck when he was making music, and like that shit's fire as fuck, and I like that shit. Like that shit was good, and that's just the impact. Like I guess that doesn't make sense, but I don't want to change anything or make anything crazy, but just to be like recognized
Yeah. What's the
for it. You know
scoring
what I
on the
mean?
stage name?
I mean, I had an old name which was like really shit, and when I met like Gorgia and Hollow and shit, like everyone that was making Necrotrap, they was like, oh, like we need to change your name, like you should change your name type shit, and I was like, yeah, like it's so arse, like it was shit. I remember like me and Gorgia and that was like fucking around with name ideas, and yeah, we came up with Riddle because like it was to do with like Saw, you know, like the movies and shit.
Yeah.
Like solving shit, like solving like riddles, solving like puzzles to like get out and shit, all that bullshit. So like that's where that came from. And we just obviously kill. People did that shit forever. Like people put kill in front of the name, people put fuck in front of the name, everything. So that's just where that came from. It was just from then on. That was just it.
Yeah. So, what
Yeah,
do you think the general image of yourself that you put online is like? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Like, what do you think about it?
yeah. I think it's cool. Like I fuck with the image of like my character and shit, and it's just everything that I fuck with, you know what I mean? And that's put into the character. So I think it's cool. And then like the image with like, you know, pictures on Insta and shit, and like the videos and shit, that's just like me. That's just like the real shit, like the real me. You know, the clothes that I wear is the same clothes that I wear the rest of the day. Like it's not like a challenge where I have to like buy shit for it. It's just like I'll flick up in whatever, because like I'm always like that. And that's kind of like that's why, you know, getting it all mixed up as like a character is like another thing. That's why earlier I was like, you know, it's in the middle, because like part of this shit is me, you know, and like the rest of it's from my head, so it's still me.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah,
What artist do you think you get compared to the most, and do you think it's accurate?
Uh, I don't know. Probably Craig because like I don't know. Everyone like I've had comments like, "Oh, you're his cousin," and shit. So probably probably that. But I don't know. I guess you can compare it a lot. Like yeah, we're on the same shit. I mean, but he does it different, you know. So we both do it different, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's just the way it is. But we're cool as fuck, and like we're making music together and shit, and it's good. So yeah, I mean, but I've had people compare. That's the only reason why I'd like say it. You know what I'm saying? Because people have made comments. So that's just the only reason. Because no one ever says like I'm like someone else. So that's just that's why.
Yeah. Okay, you got any questions for me or anything?
Uh, nah, not off the top of my head.
Okay. Yeah, that's it.
But I
Thank you for
appreciate
coming
it,
on.
bro. Yeah, thank you, bro.